Good day, esteemed viewers, and welcome to a journey back in time. Today, we embark on an expedition to an era when the open road was a wild frontier, and navigation was an art, not an app. We are venturing into the fascinating world of motoring before the omnipresent voice of GPS guided our every turn. Imagine a time when maps were physical scrolls, and getting lost was a genuine adventure. This was the reality for early motorists, a world where human skill and intuition reigned supreme. Our focus today is on the unsung heroes and the unwritten rules that shaped the dawn of driving. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed a revolution on wheels, the automobile. These magnificent, often temperamental machines were a marvel, but also a mystery to many. They were loud, fast, and utterly unlike anything the world had seen before. Initially, cars were toys for the wealthy, symbols of status and technological prowess. Operating them required not just mechanical aptitude, but also a certain daring spirit. The roads themselves were often unpaved, shared with horses, bicycles, and pedestrians. Enter the chauffeur, a figure of immense importance in these early motoring days. More than just a driver, the chauffeur was a mechanic, a navigator, and often a personal assistant. They were the guardians of these complex machines and their esteemed passengers. A chauffeur's duties extended far beyond simply steering. They were responsible for the car's maintenance, from oiling moving parts to patching tires. Their expertise ensured the vehicle ran smoothly, a crucial task when breakdowns were a common occurrence. Becoming a chauffeur was no small feat. It required extensive training and a deep understanding of automotive mechanics. These professionals often learned their trade directly from manufacturers or through apprenticeships. They were the true pioneers of professional driving. Their knowledge of local roads and landmarks was encyclopedic, a human GPS in an age of limited signage. They memorized routes, understood terrain, and could anticipate potential hazards. Their reliability was paramount, as was their discretion. With cars sharing roads primarily designed for horses and pedestrians, a new set of etiquette rules quickly emerged. These were often unwritten, born of necessity and common sense. Courtesy was not just polite, it was essential for safety. Drivers were expected to proceed slowly and cautiously, especially in populated areas. Startling a horse could lead to serious accidents, so a gentle approach was always advised. The horn was used sparingly, more as a warning than an expression of impatience. Early drivers were encouraged to be helpful to fellow motorists and even pedestrians. If another car broke down, it was customary to offer assistance. This spirit of camaraderie fostered a sense of community among the pioneering drivers. Signaling intentions was also crucial, often done with hand gestures before standardized turn signals existed. A raised hand might indicate a stop, while an arm extended sideways signaled a turn. Clarity and predictability were key to avoiding mishaps. Before the advent of electric turn signals, drivers relied on clear, unambiguous hand signals. These were taught as part of basic driving instruction and understood by all road users. It was a universal language of the road. A driver might point left or right to indicate a turn, or wave an arm up and down to signal a slowdown. These gestures required drivers to be attentive and communicative, fostering a more engaged driving experience than today's passive indicators. As automobiles became more reliable and affordable, the role of the chauffeur began to shift. More people could afford to own and operate their own vehicles. This transition brought about a new era of personal mobility and independence. The owner-driver emerged, taking on the responsibilities once solely held by chauffeurs. While mechanical knowledge became less critical for daily operation, the principles of road etiquette remained vital. The roads were still shared, and courtesy was still king. Today, we navigate with satellite precision, our phones barking directions at us. We rarely consult a physical map, let alone memorize a route. The art of navigation, once a prized skill, has largely been outsourced to technology. The contrast with the early days of motoring is stark. Imagine the sheer mental effort required to plan a long journey without digital aids. It truly puts into perspective the skills of those early chauffeurs and drivers. From the indispensable chauffeur to the unwritten rules of the road, the early days of motoring were a fascinating blend of innovation and improvisation. It was a time when human skill, courtesy, and a good sense of direction were paramount. These pioneers laid the groundwork for the driving culture we know today. So, the next time your GPS guides you effortlessly to your destination, take a moment to appreciate the journey taken by those who came before. Their challenges and their etiquette shaped the very roads we travel. If you enjoyed this historical detour, please remember to like this video, share it with your fellow history buffs, and leave a comment below with your thoughts. And of course, subscribe to our channel for more fascinating explorations into the past. Until next time, keep exploring,